How we doing out there today? I'm gonna get a little walk in. I've been trying to get a little walk in. I've actually been putting it off. I'm not gonna go too far, but I've been putting it off because I've been just so busy just getting some stuff done. Had to go up there to City Hall, get some nonsense processed for some individuals that don't know how to act like adults at the end of the day. Because, people want to act like kids. First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is, well, we talking about the company? No. This is Daily Walk and Talk. So it's a little segment I do from time to time. I used to do something called Cardboard PC Kingdom, but I don't build that many cardboard builds anymore because, I was just doing that for in between time, and I really didn't want to buy a PC case, to tell you the truth, honestly. But getting out here, gonna get a little exercise in real quick. It's not hot outside. We don't have to worry about it being super hot. So that's the plus side about it. Somebody's coming with a giant dog. So take a short walk. Top of it, I got to burn off that food I ate yesterday. I definitely did eat a lot of food yesterday. And then we got to get back to the office and then finish putting in 150-inch screen, which I'm still working on the panel system on how to install that in. So figure that out when we get there. All right. So I'm pretty much gonna go that far. Yesterday was distance. I had to walk from one side of Allentown to the other side. So for those you don't know, a long time ago, Mr. Bird had lung disease. A nasty case too, and extremely rare. So roughly supposed to be like 200,000 in the world have it. But serving the Lord and having him take care of everything for me, I don't have any problems with it at all. It's kind of frozen, it's not moving. So went back to working out. I don't eat right, but I went back to working out and exercising more and getting out and going from A to B and do what I got to do and working out. So I figured we get a little walk in, something short. I should be doing it this way instead. If I walk up this way, then turn, bring it right back down that way. So much easier. Of course, you got to climb a hill in the process, but who cares? Anyway, I've told you before, physical fitness in America is bad. It's really bad. And, it's funny how you watch that episode on Wall-E where it just got to a point where everybody just got super heavy. Just sitting there online ordering, to the point that machines are now doing everything for us. That's scary. Technology has dulled man's sense of survival down to nothing. People who live out in the woods, people who live out in the country, they can pretty much agree with me 100% on that one. Like, yep, everybody in the city is going to perish. Yep, because your survival skills are not even there. So, got to get out and take care of your investment. Yeah, we got the nut job in the room with us right now. Oh, shoot, wait a minute, no. That's the quartz. Hold on a minute. Yeah, okay. So, giddy up. I got my confirmed. We had so much evidence when we walked in for filing. The guy was shocked when he looked at it. Williams and Fernando, guess what? Your ship just came in. It's not the ship you want to be on. Where's it going jacked up? Yeah, we had so much overwhelming evidence. Usually most people go in and they file for those things. Sorry, something got my eye. And they file for those things. They don't really have a lot of evidence. But we got so much on Williams, the guy was shocked. He was like, oh my goodness. Williams, you're never getting out of the prison system. You're going to spend the rest of your life in there. Because that's the same thing the clerk said. We're filing out the forms. He's like, he ain't never getting out. Now look at it. He brought other people to look at it. It's bad when you're in the doctor's office And they bring in other doctors to look at your injury, like, look at this mess. This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. Mine, it's a doctor who's seen everything. Then they're looking at the file, and especially when they saw those half-naked pictures of them. Dude, you're going to spend the rest of your life in the prison system. You won't die in there, man. You're easily going to get a 60, 70-year prison sentence. Easily going to get that. They were shocked on how much, even the officers, mind, would have to go in and look up his police report that we filed against him. And guess what's in there? That naked picture of him. Yep. And you're done, man. Well, you know you'll be spending Christmas at, and it won't be home. But anyway, let's move on. And the other one, Fernando, you're taken care of too. I had to go down and file a police report against him on the counterfeiting. Right? So that's being issued to California. I talked to California police in Baldwin multiple times about your situation, and all they're waiting for is that packet to come up. And once that packet reaches them, guess what? They're going to pay a visit to your property. Now, keep in mind, if you go out and you remove anything out of that apartment, anything, we have a ton of pictures of all the evidence that we needed to file this, to get this going. So anything goes missing, anything. It clearly shows the size of those mushrooms. It clearly shows that you tried to hide evidence. It's like the equivalence. We got to explain things to Fernando. Fernando doesn't understand the real world works. So see, like you're driving a car, right? And you hit another car. 20 people saw you do it, right? And they all took pictures and everything of the crime scene, right? And you take off, and you take the car, and you dispose of it. There's no point in dispose of it. 20 people literally saw you hit a car and uploaded all that to YouTube. See, everybody's reporters now. So on YouTube, it shows that 20 people saw that accident. Ain't no way out of that. And what the police will do is the police will collect those videos. That's what they'll do. And that can be used against you in court. Yep. So dispose of the car you want. Too many witnesses saw you do it. And you posted that thing on YouTube. God knows how many people downloaded that at the end of the day. We'll have copies of it now. Jamie, you got enemies. So you literally handed your enemies over a ton of information on how to basically squeeze your neck at the end of the day. You went out and you counterfeited. I don't know, what was he thinking? Really? I mean, you ever watch videos like Almost Got Away with It? And you gotta think like, what the frick were they thinking? Like, you really thought they're gonna get away with that. See? Interesting thing about the earth and the world around it, all of it. On this planet, you get away with nothing. Not a thing. Say if Jamie never was caught, right? Say he got away with this, he made a ton of money, he never got caught, right? Jamie dies, passes away off the earth. You wake up in hell, buddy. That's where you end up at, in hell. You don't get away with anything. You're thinking, man, I made all this money, I'm gonna die, and no one's ever gonna catch me. That's the biggest mistake you will ever tell yourself, because the devil's sitting in the corner like, wait till you get a chance to meet me. Yep. You know, ain't gonna pop up in heaven. Thou shalt not steal. You broke a commandment. So you're gonna end up in hell. And if you end up in hell, you know what's waiting for you in there. Satan's gonna be waiting for you there. You're gonna deal with that. And that's not something like at the end of the day where it has a break point. You're gonna be with that thing forever. For eternity. And guess what his plans are to do to you? It ain't to be your friend. It ain't to be your buddy. It's to torture you in a way that would make any horror movie seem like a Disney flick. He's the devil. The torment he'll have for you is unbelievable. And you can't die. That's the thing about it. You can't die from it. You will go through that for eternity. That's purgatory. That's where he has power, in purgatory. Whoa, that bike is out. He has power in purgatory. Armageddon, he doesn't have any power. Armageddon, that's for him. That's for his torment will come. You imagine what his torment's going to be. And that's only from God. So, man, way to mess your lives up, guys. Congratulations, way to really mess up your lives. But, you know, that's how it is. They got a friendly in the room trying to call the business line. You can't. You know why? It's being redirected to your social worker, Williams and Mr. Fernando. Guess what? We found your landlord. They're being redirected to him. They redirected the messages, emails, all that's being sent back to his landlord's email. Oh yeah, he knows about your activity. He ain't happy. He's definitely not happy camper. But look, and here's the thing about it. I find interesting about these individuals that they will do dirt, right? And then get busted, get caught, and then turn around and get upset with us because they said we made trouble for them. You know how backwards that sounds? That's the most backwards thing I've heard in my entire life. That is classic Karen 101. That's what Karens do. Karens go out, do dumb stuff, get caught doing dumb stuff, get posted doing dumb stuff, blame everybody for them doing dumb stuff. All right, I'm gonna enjoy my walk. That's what they should be doing, both of them. Should be working out. Don't worry about it, you got plenty of time to do that in the prison system. You got plenty of time to work out, plenty of weights in there and everything for you to work out. You don't need it anyway. But anyway, get my workout in. That's a beautiful balcony set up over. That's gorgeous. We can't show you stuff like that because we have a weirdos on our channel who like to stalk people. But you know what I'm gonna do? Since we all have all your information and we know everything about you, where you live at, the whole 9 yards, any place we stalk, we send over your packet. Which means your packet has your name, first name, your address, everything in it. We send it right to them. Because if you were to use somebody's address to commit a crime, they should know who you are, right? I think it's only fair. Imagine if someone took your address and they used it to commit a crime. Imagine that. Wouldn't you want to know who that person is? So we help them. Matrix helps with that problem. It sends all your information to much needed locations and people who want to figure out who you are. And that's where we send your information to. So, no need to hide behind your cell phones and fake YouTube accounts. We got you taken care of. We'll make sure that each and every person that you contact has all your information and where to find you. Unfortunately for the other one, he won't be here. He'll be leaving soon. But for the other one, well, you know. Oh, okay, pretty flowers. Now see, gentlemen, you could have did something productive with your time. Could have went out, maybe start a whole walking routine. Ooh, look at that hill. Walking routine. You know, teach people how to eat right, do better, pick up a hobby, do something productive. Choose to waste your time on the earth. You know where you're going at? You're going to a place that's designed to steal time from you. And that's what that place is for. The world will pass you by and you'll still be there. Christmas, holidays, Thanksgiving, pass by and you'll still be there. Woo, that's pretty nice. Pretty cool driveway. Looks like something out of California. Yep. That's why you don't get in trouble with the law. Keep your nose clean and you can stay out here and do stuff like this. See this walk I'm doing right now? You know how much luxury this is at the end of the day when you spend time behind bars? How much a privilege this is to do this? Do you see that? That's a privilege. You know why I know that? Because again, I was behind bars for 8 years, 9 months. I was behind bars. And to do this is a blessing. To see all this, to be free, is a blessing. And people take advantage of this. They take it for granted. They don't realize how blessed you are even every day. So you wake up and you don't have the fancy things of life. You don't have this, you don't have that. But you got this. You got that freedom. You don't realize how rich you are till your freedom gets snatched away from you. Then you realize how rich you were. Yep. And they took it for granted. But anyway, in this walk, we're at destination. Yes. Bam, that quick. I like this way better. It's all uphill on this side. So this is uphill, hilly side. And up on this side, it's flat side. We're already near the park. Yeah. Yep. Now, did we choose to walk this far up? No, not really. It just happened in our conversation. Exercise is good. Yeah, keep you healthy. Let me tell you something. The body's an interesting thing. You ever research the heart? The heart is a very interesting part of your body. It has the judgment of life and death. It does. Your heart stops, you stop. Your heart goes, you go. Interesting thing about it is that you never know what's going on in there. Of course, you have to go to a doctor to get all that checked out. But until then, you could be walking along and bam, gone. Just like that, have a heart attack. Yep. I can never understand how I see people that are 600 pounds. I hate this to say it this way. How are they still alive? That's got to be God's grace, giving them a second chance. How? You have any idea how much stress is on the front with 600 pounds? Even if your stomach starts to lean over your belt, this is a potential problem for issues that will shorten your lifespan. Never say, oh, just this little bit of stuff here, I'm good with it. It'll grow into bigger stuff. Trust me, I know. I actually went down that road. I used to be heavy. You know, lung disease, prednisone, something that makes you eat food every single day like you're starving to death, and you're not. Makes you gain weight really, really fast. 290 pounds. That's what I was. Yep. With a lung disease. They wouldn't even allow me to breathe correctly. How does that even work out? So you give me a medication, potentially it makes me heavy, but I don't have the ability to work out. So I was like, you're trying to kill me. So I had to make a choice. The choice was either to let this thing kill me or fight it, work out, lose the weight. I'd rather die in that process any day than die in that other process. And I lost the weight. 290 pounds. I'm 180 right now. It took me about a year to do it. So I had to give up all the snacks. Not really. Well, yeah, I did at that point. I had to. I had to give up everything for a while. I had to go inside. I mean, when I saw that picture of myself, Jamie posted, right with a little capsule over there. I saw that picture I posted. I was like, oh, heck no. Thank you, Jamie, for that, by the way. I wanted to throw all my junk food in the trash. It was COVID. I couldn't give it to anybody. So I threw everything in the trash and ordered myself some weights and stuff and started off slowly, taking walks around the block and stuff like that, learning how to overcome my anxieties that made me believe that I was suffocating, stuff like that, the fears and all that stuff, and got through it all. Prayer and God allowed me to get through it all, and I lost my weight. See, everything's possible through God, everything. Talking to a man that had a lung disease. I don't feel like I have it. A lung disease that 200,000 people in the entire world has this disease. How you doing, sir? How you doing? 200,000. And it's so rare that doctors don't even know how to treat it. Yeah, how crazy it is to walk in and say, hey, Mr. Bird, you got this weird lung disease. And guess what? Only 200,000 people in the entire world have it. You're like, what the freak? And we got no cure for it. There's nothing to fix it. And I'm like, Now, did I panic? No. You know what I did? I go, okay, okie dokie, and walked out. You know why? Because God got it taken care of. What do I care? I couldn't care less what the doctor said. God got control. That's the same thing I heard when I had the whatchamacallit that went on, the eye disease. I woke up one day and there was some macular degenerated, whatever freaking disease I popped up with. It was bad too, but I couldn't see jack. And the doctor said, hey, people get this disease, they automatically go blind. And you're like in a third stage of this. I'm like, okay, whoop-de-doo. Put it in God's hands. I have 20/20 vision. I don't wear glasses, these are sunshades. I got 20/20. My hearing is actually really, really freaking good, because you know what happens? One sense fails, the other one actually picks up. So my hearing got really freaking good. But anyway, so that's another thing. What's the other one? Let me see. Oh, car accident. Car accident, went to the windshield of a car, ended up getting 3 screws in my kneecap, ended up walking on a brace, or cane, or whatever they gave me. And they said, Mr. Bird, you got these bad breaks in your knee, you're never really gonna fully walk. And at the time I was rollerblading, I was playing hockey. That was my love, was hockey. And he told me I'm never gonna play hockey ever again. I'm like, okie doke. Walked out. Spent about a good maybe, that happened in the winter time, so I wasn't actually playing hockey too much anymore. But anyway, spent a good maybe 6 months in rehabilitation. And guess what? Took up Taekwondo. Got out of kicking that one because your legs don't do it funky. Got back into playing hockey. Got into ice hockey. Ice hockey is actually much better than roller hockey. Much more speed. Oh my God, the speed is incredible. Got into walking, biking, all that stuff. So one day I'm going up the side of the hill near the hospital where the doctor told me, and he was so nasty about it too. He said, well, you know, it's not going to happen. I said, what about rehabilitation? Nah, don't even bother with your money. The break is really bad. You're never going to be able to really walk again like that. I said, okay. They won't give me no hope at all. Nothing at all, period. Just, that's it. So bottom line is, got paid from the car accident. Went out and bought myself some Mission hockey blades. All that stuff. I bought all that stuff when I was injured. I bought that stuff because I knew I was going to be back on them. Because God said so. And sure enough, here I come skating up the hill with my hockey pack. Got my new gear on and everything. Feeling fantastic. And who do I see coming out the door? The doctor. Yep. He waved hi to him like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Man, look at this, man. I got these new skates. Yeah, I've been skating all over the place, man. I feel absolutely fantastic. Diagnosis was wrong. I put this in God's hands. The whole patch just skated off. Yep. Atheist doctors. What happened to all the benches? There are a whole bunch of benches out here. What happened to them all? Oh, interesting. So he kind of gave me some weird diagnosis for something. You know, you got rare this, rare that. I just look at him and go, okie dokie. Okie dokie. Oh, look, the Liberty Bell over here. Nice benches. I want people to write on the benches, please. Come on, people. Have some respect where you live at. Is that cool or what? History. You know, see, stuff like this comes back to bite you in the face. You know why? Because sooner or later, you're going to get older. You're going to get yourself a nice house, right? And somebody's going to spray paint down the side of your garage or your freaking wall, and you're going to come outside super ticked because you're going to have to spend the money for somebody to come in and sandblast it off your wall. Can't complain about it. And they're going to keep coming back and doing the same thing over and over again until it drives you nuts, because that's what they call life paying you back. Yep. I had a buddy of mine, he used to be a graffiti artist. He painted on just about anything you think of, storefronts, all kinds of stuff, right? And he thought there was no harm in it. And he got his own business, and somebody put this big, huge, massive tag. It wasn't even a good one at that. Right down the side of his building, hit his doors, windows, and everything. And he was mad, boy, he was upset. I said, well, wait a minute. Weren't you a tag artist at one point? Weren't you like graffiti at other people's businesses? He put his head down and said, yeah, that's true. That's true. Cost them money. Comes around, goes around. That's how it works. You know? Comes around, goes around. Either you'll get it sooner or later. Either you're going to get it, and when you're younger, you're going to get it when you're older, but you're going to have to pay for it. Got to pay for everything in life. Nobody gets away with nothing. It's a nice little park. Did I bring change on me for the fountain? Oh, man. Every time I bring change, my ante goes up. I'm at, wait, I do got money on me. This fountain. We don't do wishes. I don't believe in wishes. I just like putting money in the fountain. Because you've heard of these mountains, that fountain, I think it's been since the 1900s. I think since the 1900s, people have been flicking money into that fountain. So, keep your tradition going in 2025. See, we're already down here already. How fast that walk was. I was just coming out of the store. I was just coming out of Family Dollar. And I was like, you know what? Let's go to the park. So I walked it over here. Yep. 1 minute at Family Dollar. Next minute, bam, here. No time at all. I remember one thing I love about skating. I'd be sitting up in my room watching the X Games. And then boom, next thing you know, I'd be downtown hanging with my buddies. I love that way of transportation. And with walking, well, coming out of Family Dollar, now we're sitting in the park. That's why I try to get people out to walk more. Get out and walk more. It's free. No membership fees, none of that. Get out and get some exercise. See some beautiful flowers. Meet beautiful people. Yep. Get out and enjoy God's wonderful blessings. Look at this, all God's blessings right here. We don't realize that. These trees allow you to breathe. Without the oxygen pushing up these trees, we'd all be dead right now. It's God's blessing right here. Take it for granted every day. Imagine how much stuff you take for granted every day. That's one of the things I never forgot when I came out of lockup, was to learn to appreciate everything that God gives you. I was blessed so well, and basically did not see any of it. Selfish person that I was. Ooh, beautiful dogs. Looks like they're Labrador, and I don't know what the other one is. I must ask questions. I'll put this down. I don't want on camera. I must ask questions about his dogs. That's everybody question about their dogs. I'm a pet person. I'm trying to figure out what the other one is. Beautiful. Very beautiful dogs. Oh. Hey, I love your dogs.
Thank you.
What are they?
English Lab, Beach
Oh, but what is he? I'm curious about him. That one, the other one.
Beach
Yeah, right there.
Not a lot of energy, I can tell you that.
I can see. Oh, they're beautiful dogs, man. You have a good one.
Thank you, you too.
All right. I always ask people questions about dogs. Tell me, does this tree look cool or what? This looks like they could have used this in Lords of the Ring. Tell me, this tree can tell stories at the end of the day. It looks super, something like, you know, if you were doing some side quest and some game like Dark Souls, and this is one of the trees you had to look for. This is the tree of knowledge. It's been around for centuries, you know, but the problem is trying to find it. And when you do find it, it's in the deepest, darkest depths of the woods, you know. But then when you get there, you know, the woods brighten up and lighten up to this beautiful enchanted forest, and you just see squirrels frolicking and fairies and all that crazy stuff. And then in the middle of it all, you see the tree of knowledge. You have to earn your way to get there. Yep. Ain't that right, squirrel? They say, ye is worthy. Look at the squirrels up here chilling. Look at the time. Look at the roots growing into this thing. The time. Imagine if trees could talk, the stories they would tell. I tell you one thing, a lot of you guys, your business would be out there. Those of you having a conversation next to trees, like, you know, Jack, I can't stand him in accounting. I swear I can't wait for him to get fired. And you walk by a tree and say, hey, Jack, guess what? Steve doesn't like you. He can't wait for you to get fired. You'd be in so much trouble. Let's go to the fountain. Let's drop some coins in. Drop some coins in the fountain. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. How old that is? Now, I'm pretty sure now they got them by electric, right? But when they started off, they were by gas. Boy, I would not want to be the guy that had to light that at the end of the day. Can you imagine having to light? You're worried about lighting a pellet on your stove. Can you imagine that? I'm going to look that up. I got to research that. So if you look at the park, these trees were planted here. And they're planted in a kind of a formation. So you kind of can see the formation a little bit, how they were planted. It's interesting, if you look at the roots, none of the roots are making contact with the cement, tearing it up. If you notice that. Coming to the fountain, people. Oh, we got a quarter. Oh, didn't go in. Hold on, I threw it. Do it like a pansy. Yeah. I'll do that one again. All right. One in there somewhere. That's what Briscoe is. Yeah, going right there. Ooh, got a nice little breeze. This has been nice to come through in the summertime. But at the wind blowing this side, there's a nice little mist. All right. We're going to do one more pass through. Get a little more exercise in. And enjoy the scenery. Wonderful, beautiful scenery. This is linked to the centerpiece downtown. Because there are soldiers down there they have up there that I think were fighting in World War I. I think it's World War One. And their picture is here, but those soldiers are down there. It's a monument to them. It's kind of like a monument to fallen soldiers. They cut down one of the trees. What the freak? I was having dry rot. Put another one back in it. Hey, Squirrely! Squirrely! Those squirrelies are domestic. Don't eat the mushrooms, man. Don't eat the mushrooms. Will you come over to me? Can I feed you? I probably could feed you. Man, I had that jackrabbit, or rabbit, whatever it was, just popped up out of nowhere. And he was just sitting there chilling. Usually rabbits are spooked. They get spooked really quick. But nope. He's domesticated. I'm gonna see that kind of weird feeling. I'm smacking my head on this. This is pretty cool. How far this tree grew out. All right, so over here we'll get a chance to see the monuments and stuff they have over here at the end of the day. Let me show you. Look, police cams everywhere. I told you, Allentown, don't play around. See it right here? Police monitor these things. They're everywhere out here. Let me see. 1906. 1906. This is what the park looked like before they put in all the trees. All the trees. This is what the park looked like. So these trees have been here for that long. Can you imagine? Now we're walking here. Can you imagine that? How interesting that is. And then I'll be gone. All this will be gone. This won't be here anymore. There'll be a whole new set of civilization, new people. They'll be walking here. What the heck? Why is that branch? Oh, that better be a giant cobweb. How is that sitting there suspended like that? Oh, it's a cobweb. I'm like, why? How in the world is that sitting there floating like this? Like, oh crap, it's haunted, run, run. But anyway, so yeah, pretty interesting. But the very grounds that we're walking on right now, people from the 1900s were out here sitting there eating and relaxing and everything. And they probably thought, wow, this is the future. Now they're no more. Pretty soon that'll be us. Everywhere you walk, you're going to leave a carbon footprint on where you're at. Somebody walking past their carbon footprints. That's what I like about the game called Sniper. You fire off a round, you get detected. Shows the shadow of where you were and what you were doing. Kind of reminds you how people, if they had time travel capabilities, how they would see you. Yep. One day I'll be no more taking steps here anymore. I'll be gone. And other people will be walking in the same spot I'm walking. And that'll keep going on and on and on. So God comes back. This becomes no more. Is it a sad thing? It's a happy thing when God comes back. But if you're not saved, it's not a happy thing. Yep, it's a scary thing. Very scary. Bum, 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 bum. Nope, nobody wants to be caught up in that. No way. All right. Oh, go ahead, buddy. Frolic. Frolic in that grass, buddy. Frolic. Excuse me. There's squirrels aplenty up here. Jeez. I love to have a house up here. I just feed squirrels. I get a squirrel sanctuary. That's pretty much what we do. Get a house up here called Squirrel Sanctuary, just for squirrels. Only for squirrels. Squirrels only. Well, not everything else for squirrels. Birds, everything else, we don't care. There you go, buddy. Get a big old fluffy tail. Yeah. So he took off on the tree. Like, yeah. All right. Now, do we drink water when we do this? Well, for me, no. I don't drink water. I'm not used to drinking water anyway when I train. When I'm walking or exercising, not used to it. Because, you know, when I was being trained, we didn't get water at all. Because he didn't allow us to have water at all. We went to a tournament one time just to watch and observe. And man, they pulled out water bottles. I turned and looked at my sensei. I was like, wait a minute. Were you drinking? Because at the time we didn't care that time. We were already trained not to drink water. But still, at the time I had to go through that process and that whole mental state of my mind telling me that I was dying of thirst. Man, you know how crazy it is to go mental. You're out in the sun doing this, doing those forms, and you're just freaking hot and you want to drink something. We don't drink Jack, but he drinks. He drinks his water in front of us and mess with us to get our mind to become a little bit stronger in the mind. It's jacked up. But anyway, and I'm watching everybody pull out water bottles and drink it. I'm like, wait a minute. But they're drinking? He said, yeah. And watch what happens. Cramps, man. Bloated, cramps, all that stuff. That's what happens. Water will cramp you up. Oh, this is where this is at. I was wondering where they put this at. Oh, interesting. Now I know where that's at. I was looking for that building. And I found it. By golly, I found it. Is it going to rain today? It looks a bit cloudy. I think there's a Route 66. Perfect. We got to pull our pants up. I do not like when my pants come down around my waist. I hate that. I really do. I already had this conversation with several people that I know who like to wear their pants with their butt hanging out. If you go look at a history book, find out what the term or what that stands for, I bet you won't do it again. It has a really dark history on why that's like that. Come on. Come on. There you go. Thank you. Crazy, man. Crazy. Really. Like I had a fight with you to let me to go. Let's do it in that car. I swear. People. But anyway, I might go down to Western Farm instead. Yeah, I'm gonna cut down that alleyway. I'm gonna go check out something real quick. But anyway, as I said before, with that, now I got caught up in that. I lost my train of thought. With Creepo in the car. Jeez, people are weird, I swear. I tell you, if I ever get the opportunity and the knowledge to bless to build a freaking rocket ship along with a space station, I am never coming back to the Earth. Ever. People just be doing too much, man. Boundaries, people. Boundaries. Literally. You know, have we not learned anything from COVID? Boundaries. People are creepy. I remember one time me and my ex were looking for houses. Beautiful house though. But right across the street was a big dog, like a Rottweiler, out in the backyard. She said, I like this house. I said, I don't. She said, why? I said, see big boy out there in the yard? Watch this. Just start barking and carrying on. We would have to listen to that every day. Every day. I ain't paying rent to listen to that every day. You got a doghouse out there. Well, how do you know you don't bring him in? You got a doghouse out there. That's the first telltale sign to tell you it's a backyard dog. They put a doghouse out there. So he spends the majority of his time in the yard. So, no. Shut the window. Still can hear him. Nope. I ain't got nothing wrong with having your dog in your backyard, but I don't want to hear your dog barking all day long, barking all night. I don't want to hear it. My pit bulls were indoor dogs. They went outside in the yard. That's where they were at. And then I brought them in. That's it. Because I know I don't want to hear them barking in the backyard. I don't want to hear that. I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear it. Oh, there's the PPL building. It's one of the reasons why you can't get lost in downtown. As long as you see the PPL, but they removed that building. It's jacked up from map systems. But anyway, yeah. As long as you can see that building, you can see everything. That's the tallest, that's the only skyscraper we have in Allentown. It's funny because when I was in Philly, I remember I had family trying to get me to come up here. They gotta come up to Allentown. You gotta come up here. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna stay in Philly. I like it in Philly. And then I was in Philly for like 14, 15 years. And I used to tease before we had all this up here, before they had all this up here, I had family members that lived up here first, before all this was up here. Not this, but in town. A lot of that's new development. So I was like, man, what y'all got going on down there? You got one freaking building. I like a city with a skyline. I do. I like a city with a skyline. You got one building with a red light on top of it. You got one, I was busting all the time. You got one police station, one hospital. Y'all living at Mayberry over there? No, I'm good. I'm staying in Philly. And after a while, as you get older, you realize that you really don't want to be in the city anymore. So I started moving farther and farther out from the city, which I noticed myself doing. First place I had was in the inner city. Last house I had was on the outskirts of Delaware County, Upper Darby. I liked it out there. It's quiet, no noise, no this, no that. Neighbors were quiet. Then I got tired of Philly. I love Philly, don't get me wrong, I love Philly. I do, always will. Always will be my stopping ground in the day, but you get older, you get tired. I'm looking for something quieter. So, I was gonna go to Texas because I got family out that way. But my mother's down here, so I came down here. And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with Allentown. You know, despite not having a skyline, I fell in love with it because when I first came down here, I saw those trees in the background. It blew my mind. That here we are walking in the city, and you look over, there's a whole bunch of trees over there. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And then we got that nice snowfall. We had a warm snowfall. It's a warm snowfall, bit of a Christmas kind of feeling. And looking at them beautiful trees in the background, that did it. I was staying for life. Yep. Now come the season for eagles, I will be down in Philly with my brothers of green getting ready. I just found out that one of my buddies is a freaking New York Giants fan. Oh, really? He's a Giants fan. Which is funny now because my sister is a Giants fan. She's Patriots. I'm Eagles. Her ex is Eagles. So this is going to be interesting. And the Giants is already talking trash. You're already talking trash already. Have you not learned anything? All right. Just going to get another Super Bowl. That means I'm going to get myself some more body armor. Because you know where I'm going. I'm going down there and watch the Sea of Green take down poles. That's what they do. They grease the poles every single time. Lie to you not. You come to Philly, when they have a Super Bowl, they grease utility poles. They take them suckers down. I have no idea where that tradition started from. It started from people climbing up on them. But eventually you got like 16 people climbing and hanging off that sucker. Eventually it's going to pull out, and it does. And you hope you're not underneath it when it's coming down. But yeah, they take these suckers down. Now last year, the year I was up there, when they won, I literally saw one of them come down. But it didn't stay down. They picked it up and they took it with them. I have no idea where they took it at, but it was just moving about the street. People just passed it along. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Only in Philly. So, yep. So, Eagles win. You know I'm going to be at. I'm right up in Philly. Screaming and yelling like everybody else. Maybe climb up one of the flagpoles, which again, yeah, the grease. The famous riot grease. I don't know what they make this stuff out of it. But it's a thick, dense grease. But I swear, if you were to rub against it, you would get a Jerry curl in a hot second. And they keep it from people climbing the pole, but they still get up there. They still get up there. Can you imagine you be drunk doing this, and you wake up the next day like, what the freak happened to my jersey? What is this stuff all over it? Yeah, you're caught climbing up a pole when you're drunk. Yeah, them poles just like that. Lay them suckers right on down. You get about a good, maybe about 10, 12 people, especially if they're heavy, but they had to climb it still, they had to get up there. You get them to lean that sucker a little bit, that's where the rest of the pack jumps on, and they bring it down. Them bolts, jacks will pull that sucker right up out of the earth. Now I know it's destruction, but yeah. Rather than that, than basically setting fires and causing riots and raiding stores. See, they don't care about a couple utility poles. And it's funny because the day we went up, I was wearing light body armor. So something told me to put it on. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I put on light body armor. Because no sooner than we're moving from crowd to crowd, I saw a muzzle flash go off. Pop, 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 pop. Somebody opened a whole clip. Why? Them things got to come down, right? I'm not wearing a Kevlar helmet. So it's a good thing I'm getting struck with one of those bullets coming down. Yeah. Fired off. Emptied a whole clip. And now you got police in the crowd. Because police dressed up like civilians. Saw that sucker go off. I watched 4 people walk over to him with handcuffs on them. Because they were in the crowd. That's all I was telling people. Look. There's police in the crowd. There's other ways to celebrate. That wasn't one of them. Now eventually, those rounds got to come down. God forbid they hit somebody. All right. We're having a great walk and talk. It's supposed to be short, right? Did I put down little? Didn't I put down a little walk? That didn't go well, did it, right? It never does. Might be blocking his way to go in. Here we go. I said little walk. People are going overboard. The weather's nice out here, man. It's like walking through an air conditioner unit. It's nice and cool, taking some of these side corners. Because that way, if I take the side corners, I have to walk a little more. But I'm enjoying this breeze, man. This breeze is beautiful. Beautiful areas of Allentown. There's the PPL building right over there. If you're ever anywhere in Allentown, you get lost, which is impossible, just look for that building right there. Even if you're on the south side, you still see it. Got a bug on my neck. What the freak? What the freak? Now I got people sitting there saying, shouldn't you be inside working? Working is mostly done. It's only 150 or 170 a screen now. Well, I wait for my supplies to get here to put together. Process all my orders are done. I'm at 4 o'clock at the home front. I reach the office at 6. And if I'm not doing anything in between, I start broadcasting sometimes at 6, but if I have something to do, mostly it's at 7 and 8. So if I didn't upload any videos, any shorts or anything, I can always get around to doing that. And right now, I'm looking over another loan application. I already went down and got my silver warehouse fund. Still going through that, but that shouldn't take long. So I got free time. Any free time I get, I go take a walk. Ain't no point in trying to work towards something if your body's gonna kill you in the process of doing it. What did just pay this? This is a dream for rollerbladers. Fresh asphalt. Ooh, smooth. Going to that godforsaken what was it called? Liberty something. I forgot what it's called. Cobblestone City. That's what it was. Oh, come on. Come on. So that's what it was. It was Cobblestone City that they had over there. Another creepo. I swear, I got a lot of creepy people. I swear. I hate to put it that way. I'm sorry, Alaton, but y'all, I picked up on more creepies down here than I do in Philly. How you a dude telling me to come ahead, go ahead? No, you go ahead. Go ahead, you go ahead, man. And then you gonna look out the window and stare at me. If you only knew. See, gotta be careful at the end of the day. You never know what kind of crap you did. I swear. I tell you, my sensei was a short little guy at the end of the day. You would have never thought that guy was that deadly. He don't look that type of person. But that sucker was deadly as I don't know what. Man, this man walking around, he walk past you, he could really take your life. Yeah, people are dangerous. You gotta be careful about how you often. I remember that guy. It's funny. I see everybody twice. Everybody. I see everybody twice. Because I walk all over the place, that's why. That's why I usually bump into people all the time. I see everybody twice. But yeah, you don't know. You gotta learn to respect people. I'm gonna cut down here because you got kids over there. I'm gonna do recording while there's kids. You gotta learn to respect people at the end of the day. You know, I had that big hit mode when I started training. Because then I'm looking at watching people fight in my neighborhood. I'm looking at their fighting style versus how I was trained to fight. And I would start incidents, just go up there, certain incidents where somebody would turn around and try to fight me, knowing I had an advantage point that I could easily get the take on you. And you know, you learn from those experiences, doing dumb stuff, not learning how to respect. I had to be up there. Be up there fighting. I had no business being up there. I should have stayed on my porch and just chill. Nah, I gotta walk over there. You know, because I got big head mode now. Because, you know, I want to test some of the stuff I was trained in class on somebody. I want an opponent. So, whatever. Not going to say much about that. But whatever. Then it gets out that I'm trained in that particular field. So that's not good. Because then now I got people that will shoot me first, then fight me. Because they know I'm trained. See? Could have kept that one quiet. So, it was a nice little get together over there. But, you know, I got in some trouble. I did something stupid. And I provoked it. I'm the one that provoked it. And I went back and apparently somebody saw me provoke this fight and basically finish this fight. And I didn't realize that that person knew my sensei because he was in the hood. Everybody knew him. And he went back and they told him. So when I walked in, nobody was in class. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It's just me and him. He said, so, you like to start fights? And I was like, I didn't start anything. He said, look, man, don't lie to me because I'll really hurt you in here. And I told him the truth what I did. He broke my nose. I never saw that hit come. I never saw. He struck me so fast. I never saw. I had no time to prepare, nothing. And I wasn't going to. I wasn't going to put my hands up against him. That'd have been disrespect. I took the hit. He broke my nose for it. So when you're in regular classes, regular schools, you would never have that happen to a student. But I'm not being trained in a regular school. I'm being trained by Underground Fighter. There are no rules in there. Those rules and all that stuff. The only thing I had to do was bow to that flag coming in and out. Other than that, I had the same rules. Different type of training. So yeah, you basically did something stupid, you paid for it dearly. So I got my nose broken for it. And then one day, I'm going to class, you know. So yeah, you're gonna learn to, you laughing at Pastor about, you're gonna learn to protect that face a little quicker, ain't you? And I want to get that nose touched. Okay, I was doing everything to protect my face, to keep from getting hit, to block the other guy. So I guess it helped out, taught me to block better and faster. But anyway, so come on, we're gonna go for a walk. So now we're out walking around. I trust him, I don't got no fear. I trust him, he's my sensei. I trust him like he's my father. And we're walking around, and he's pointing out the people. Now I see these people every day. He said right there, black belt, American karate. You started a fight with him, he would have finished you. He's a drug addict. He's crushing cans over there by American Street. Getting something that where it sticks. See, that guy right there is a 8th degree black belt, American karate. Deadly. You never would have known it. You looked at this guy, hair all crazy looking, dirty clothes, turned over sneakers, but trained in martial arts. If you went over to him and started messing with him, he would have beat the stones out of you. You gotta be careful how you treat people at the end of the day. Walk around the corner. I walked around the corner multiple times. I see the same Jamaicans out there all the time. With the store, I speak to them. How you doing, sir? I was going around the corner. All of them, grandmasters, all trained. Aikido, Jiu-Jitsu, and one was Chuk Soo Bak, which is French martial arts. Yep. How y'all doing? So, I was another one. All of them deadly. Bumped into a lot of people I didn't know in that strip that he trained that were deadly people. My good gracious. I had no idea there was that many people in North Philadelphia that was trained like that. And they are. There's a lot of them. So, you know, you gotta learn to treat everybody with respect. That's what you do. And you know, if you don't want to learn out here, then you'll learn in the prison system. You'll learn respect in there. That justice is quick. Any bad habits you have out here, you won't have them in there. You can always be the toughest man in the world. You always find somebody tougher. That's the way it works, like a pecking order. Well, that's nice looking. Well, you following that? Oh, that's one of the things I feared in skating was these things. You trip on something and you catch an armpit or rib on this, oh, it's gonna be all you. Look at this. No dogs and pets allowed in the cemetery. Thank goodness they started cutting the grass. How about we lift some of them tombstones while we at it? Jeez, who knocks over a tombstone? I know they're not here anymore, but still respect. Look, we're already back that quick. We were just talking a few minutes ago. See how fast that went? We're already about to hit downtown. Is that crazy? That time went no time at all. You know the reason why I like to talk on camera a lot when I'm walking? Because talking and walking, you use a lot of energy. On top of that, sometimes it's difficult for you to breathe while you're talking and walking. And when I first started off doing this and talking on camera, it's very hard. Trying to maintain my breathing and also too walk at the same time. Now, used to it now. Lungs got stronger because of this. It's like a workout for my lungs. Yep. Boo boo doo. Boo doo doo doo. Look at this, bam. Already down there that quick. Walk the street. Well, people, I gotta go pop over and pick up something. We're still gonna be on. Still got a bit of distance to go. I'm gonna check the timer real quick, see where we're at. Curious what we got on there. There's now some. Excuse me. Yep. Already see you twice. That's one thing. A photographic memory. I see you one time, I never won't forget you. Ever. I see everybody twice. Everybody. That's what I like about Allentown. Small town. He had a banging wallet chain. A nice one too. It's kind of a copper and silver mix. Nice one too. I don't want to do this come on camera, but next time I bump into him again, which I will, I'm gonna ask him where he got it from. What store do you go pick it up at? Where do you order it from? Because that's pretty sharp. I like that. I got a wallet chain, but mine's not. You can't see it. Mine's silver, but he had a copper and silver mix blend. I was like, that's kind of hot. You know how old my wallet is? I've had my wallet since I was 16 years old. Yep. I'm 56 years old, and I've had my wallet since I was 16. Got my first job on that wallet. I'll be buried with this wallet. It's torn up, it's old. It had a Harley Davidson symbol on the front of it, which you can't even see anymore. It is beat up. And that's funny because people buy me brand new wallets all the time. Like, why don't you change your wallet out? I can't. Can you make this? Yeah, I don't want to chance it. I'm going to take a wig on this. So look, I'm going to show you real quick. This is my wallet. See how beat up it is? Had a Harley Davidson symbol right there. Yep. I had that since I was 16 years old. Same wallet. So many jobs I've had with this wallet. Man's wallet is everything. You know what I mean? Ladies, y'all have multiple pocketbooks. I know, because with a woman gotta have multiple pocketbooks to match all her different outfits. But a man got one wallet. If you're lucky, you have your wallet when you're young. Got mine at 16, got it at 56. When I pass off this earth, it'll be going with me. In that box. Or cremated. I think I'm getting cremated. I think I'm going with cremated shit. I don't know why. But I tell people, don't throw me in the water because I can't swim. I don't want to drown. Yeah. Yeah, what's the point? You know? You know, burial is so expensive, you know, and I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have the money to be able to pay for that, but I want to go take that money, put it towards something else. You know, I need nothing fancy. What a freaking like I'm going to heaven. I don't need all that stuff. So when I die up the earth, burn my body, put me in a bath and whatever. Put me in a cereal box. I don't even care. What the freak do I care? I'm not here. I don't need no glamorous tombstone and all that stuff. I'm good. Take that money, give it to charity. Take that money, do something else with it. Take that money and celebrate with it. I ain't gonna be here. That's what my mother wanted. My mother, that's what we had a problem with, a rift in our family. Because we got those. Everybody has those. Well, some people don't, you're lucky. You know those individuals who you never see, ever, unless there's something involved that they know they can profit from, and then it will pop up. And then when they do pop up, they want to be commanding everybody as if they're the final word and the final authority. Those people you may have in your family. So, bottom line is, we got 4 of them. I think, got 3 or 4 of them in the family, pretty sure. But anyway, those jokers at the end of the day, definitely cannot trust them with Jack. They got money. Don't get me wrong, they got money. They make bank, they make money. But they're greedy. They always want more. It's never enough for them. Always want more. Claim to be Christians, far from it. You don't realize, man, their money becomes their God at the end of the day. They pass off this earth, and they're not young either. They pass off this earth, that's it. But anyway, my mother was a person about her family. And she wanted the family to all come together. Because you know you have those rifts. The one thing about my family, and it's a sad thing, but it's true, we can hold grudges. We can hold grudges that can last for 10, 20 years easily with no problem. So you had a family get together, don't speak to you, nothing. You have a heart attack, we are not showing up to see you. You die, we will not be there. Those kind of grudges. You technically do not exist at all. That's a bad thing. Yeah, I know, it's very bad. I was like that once. Me and my brother got in an argument over a VCR. That shows you how far I was. I ain't talked to him for 2 years. Yep, didn't even go to his wedding. Regret it. Didn't go. You know? Dumb stuff. Dumb stuff. Time I can't get back. But, anyway. So, my mother knew that money and these guys would cause the rift in the family. But she requested for cremation. That's what she requested within her will. And long story short, here these guys come in automatically, bossing everybody around. They want burial. They want this and that and the other, blah, blah, blah. They want everybody to cough up all this money for the burial. They want to get mad at people because they want them to call for more. I'm like, look, you don't want to want the burial. How about you pay for the whole thing? Or y'all don't really love her the way we do. Oh, really? I moved up here. I see my mother every freaking day. Where the freak were you at? Did you come down for her birthday party? Were you there for Christmas? Were you at the hospital when she got sick? Were you for any other things? No. I had to get in the face. I try not to disrespect my older brother because there is a respect line there in my family between the older ones and the younger ones. That when they speak, we know our place. But that day, you made me lose my temper. It took everything I had to keep from reaching over that table and knocking him out. It took a lot. It took a lot to keep me from doing it. I had to pray. I'm in the funeral home, and they're in there bossing people around. And I'm looking straight at them like, man, you're lucky, man. You're lucky I'm a Christian. Because, man, I jump over that table, I'm going to knock you out. And he knows I'm trained. You know what'll happen if I get my hands on him. Of course, he'll get some high-powered lawyer to sue me. Most likely. But I make sure if I'm getting sued, you staying in the hospital for a long time, whether or not. You're going to be in there for a while. If I lose my temper bad enough, you'll be eating through a tube. So it didn't get to the point. I had to get up from the table and walk out. Because I couldn't deal with him. You boss and commands. Then I got him outside, I chewed him out. Yeah, where the freak were you at? When she died, we were there. Where were you at? You work in freaking New York City. It's a transit. You can pass here. Not one time this year. Not one time. Both of them jokers. And they got a nerve to make everybody else seem like we didn't do anything for it. Yeah, that stuff will cause fights in families quick. So that's what called the rift. The final one. We don't speak to them. Because they're nothing but trouble. Until they get their act together with God, we can talk with them. Until then, they're just who they are. And they caused that rift because my mother sat there and said, I don't want this to be about money. Just cremate me and let me go. And what these dummies do, they do the opposite, what she asked for, disrespected her will. Now, we had a birthday party to celebrate my mother's birth with Christ. We had a birthday party. That was beautiful. Only the family members showed up, we knew. They were going to respect it. And the other half, they had a funeral, which I didn't go. I didn't go to the funeral. And they were like, oh, well, you disrespected your mother because you didn't go. Look, y'all don't understand spiritual. And the reason why I don't understand spiritual is because she's not there. She's gone. You know, they still go to her grave. I haven't been to her grave yet. I don't go there. You know why? She ain't there. My mom went home. She went home to see Jesus. That's what happened. She went home to see Jesus. She ain't there no more. That body went right back to the earth in which it came from. And she's in heaven right now with God. So I'm going to sit there and cry and be miserable about her leaving when she's with God. Ain't nothing miserable about that. It's happiness. And that's what we had. We had a birthday party celebrating her newfound body, her new place with Jesus. That's a celebration. Jesus was talking about, don't celebrate the dead, celebrate the living. It's in the Bible. People were mourning, they're burying someone. He said, don't celebrate the dead, celebrate the living. They mention skip that part in the Bible, right? I don't celebrate her death. I don't cry on that. I cried when she passed. That's basically about it. But I realized at the end of the day, she's with God. And she's with God. It's a celebration. That's something to be happy for. That's something for me to push harder to become a better Christian so I can reach that plateau. So I can make it there too. So I can keep preaching and talking to other people so they can make it there too. Let me tell you something. These people at the end of the day may do some real nasty, dirty stuff to me, but I wish nobody to suffer in hell. I tell you what you're going to go, what's going to happen to you if you keep going down that road. Good gracious. I just saw my cousin's twin. He looked just like him. Oh my goodness. I should have took a picture and sent it to him. Everybody got a twin. That was really close. Same weight, same height, shaved head, everything. I'll probably bump into him twice. But anyway, yeah, we're already down at the park now. That fast. But anyway, yeah. All that I tell people online and speak to people at the end of the day is people say, "Oh, he's talking about health, trying to scare you." You should be scared. You don't want to go there. It's an awful place. You don't want to go there. And that's why I come on here because, again, my mother made it. She made it to heaven. My mother was a God-fearing woman, and she made it to heaven. She had her ups and downs and everything, but she stuck true to God. She went home. I never forget when she passed away, she smiled. She wasn't afraid. She had no fear of nothing. She was singing hymns about Jesus, and she was smiling and laughing. That's a person who's seeing God. That's a person who's passing over to the next life, to a better world than this. That's why I come on here and I talk about this at the end of the day. I got to do what I got to do when I got people prosecuting me. I got to follow man's law on this earth. I got to do that. That's what I have to do. But at the same time, do I want to see Fernando go to hell? No. Do I want to see Williams go to hell? No. Do I want to see Adam go to hell? No. I would like to see him become saved and find Jesus. But they're so entangled by these demons that I'm scared of the fact that they are going to pass off this earth sooner or later, and they're not going to have that cross. Jesus is not going to know them. And if Jesus don't know you, at the end of the day, you're going to burn for eternity in that hell with Satan. That's where you're going. You may think it's all fun and games here, doing it. You're not doing anything to me. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You're not harming me in any way. You're not taking nothing from me off my table. You're not taking anything from me. I serve God. All you're doing is digging a bigger ditch with the devil. That's what you're doing. He has been setting you up from day one, and you just basically or just keep coming and just keep doing the same dumb stuff. Jamie don't learn for Jack. Jamie reminds me of Pharaoh. He does. He literally reminds me of Pharaoh. Stiff-necked, hardened heart, stubborn. He's going to, sad thing about it is, and I would never try to say that somebody doesn't make it, but good gracious, man. It's a crazy thought that sometimes I think at the end of the day, he may be that one that may not make it to heaven. But then again, like I said, I've seen people at the end of the day that you would never believe in a million years, that you would think ever become a Christian, and they became preachers, which I was shocked about. Somebody, I told you, a guy I grew up with, not grew up with, but I was a younger guy, he was older. He was just always in some kind of trouble. Police were always at his house. Always at his house, there were police at his house. All the time. Just about every day he was doing something destructive. Delaware at that time, stealing at that time in the 70s was considered to be like a little misdemeanor or something like that. You still pack a gum or something like that. There wasn't anything big back then. But now, it's a little different because you got people shoplifting and doing crazy stuff. But it was just insane that everybody in the neighborhood talked about this guy like, yeah, either someone's going to kill him or he's going to end up in jail and someone's going to kill him. Either way, he's going to die. Someone's going to get him. Man, and then turn around, when I went back to the neighborhood, like many, many years later, he's a preacher. So something happened to this guy, because this guy didn't listen to anybody. He didn't listen to nobody. People talked to him, his mom talked to him, they put him in counseling, did all kinds of stuff. Man, this guy just a bad seed. And then he became a preacher. When people become a preacher, especially when they were bad seeds, something really, really tragic happened to them to change. That's usually what happens. Tragic. Most likely, sometimes, it's death. That's what it is. Most likely, that's what it is. Yep. Has to be something tragic. Has to be something insane for you to basically change that quick, to change over. Look at me at the end of the day. I did all kinds of destructive nature. All types of destructive nature. It took something extremely drastic to make me change. Drastic? Yeah. Close to about, I say roughly, edge of my years of 16, sitting in a juvenile detention center with a 40 to 80 year prison sentence over and over top of my head. I think that's pretty drastic. That's pretty drastic right there. How do you handle that situation at the end of the day? There's just no possible way out of that one. You're just looking around like, how in the world is that freaking getting that? You know how you got there, but no feasible way to figure out how to get out of this one. There is no other way but God. The devil's what got me there. Can't go to him. Look at the trouble he already got me in. I don't think I want any more of that. I'm good. Nope. Only way out was God. And here I am sitting right here. A person that's supposed to get 40 to 80 years in prison is sitting out here in the park talking about God. And at one point I was out there running the streets with a sidearm, carrying on and acting up, talking about Christians are nothing but cult members and you can't trust God and this, that, and the other, and they're fake and this, that, and the other. And now I'm out here talking about how amazing God is. And look what I got. I got my freedom. 8 years, 9 months of my life, and I got my freedom. You know, you face that 40 to 80-year prison sentence, and they give you 10 years, you'd be happy to take it. Oh, I'm happy to take it. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's 10 years of my life I'm not going to get back, but still, I'd take that any day. Now, look, I can come out here and do this. So if I watched the Lord come in and change my life and give me a second chance to come out here and do this, no 40 to 80 years. I didn't even do the full 10 years. And get out and do this. At the end of the day, imagine how God can change other people. How he can give people that second chance. But they got to take it. You got to take it before the time runs out. Because your time is running out. When you're here on this planet, your time is running out. You don't know how long you're going to be here. Nobody's promised tomorrow. As I said before, no one is promised tomorrow. You could die in your sleep. You could die while walking out the street. Like I said, you can go to a restaurant and choke on food and die. The world is designed to kill you. No, you're not promised to wake up the next day. No one is. Anything can happen to you in your sleep. You cannot protect yourself in your sleep. Your house could collapse. Sinkhole can basically pop up underneath you and you can be sucked in. All kinds of crazy things can happen to you in your sleep. You're not promised this. You're not guaranteed this. When you get up in the morning, you kiss your family and all that, and you go out the door, you're not guaranteed to come back. You just think you're coming back, but you're not guaranteed. It's not a 100% guarantee that you're going to come back every single time. There is somebody right now who has left out the door and did not come back. Right now. Happened to my friend. Got up in the morning, kissed his kids and his wife, and walked out the door, went to work as he always did. Went to the office, looked at a couple of sales coming through, walked out the door and died. Had a massive heart attack, was dead before he hit the ground. Never had a chance. That fast. Never had a chance. Was he a saved man? No, he was not. His mother was saved. He wasn't. He still was of the world. Not a Christian man. He was a man who was raised in the church, but he wasn't a man of God. You got to get real with yourself. How close are you with God? How close is your relationship with Jesus? Are you still out here in this world partying, drinking, and carrying on and acting up? How much of your time do you give to God? Because I'll tell you one thing, if you don't want to give your time to God, what happens when you die? You pass into the next life. How much time do you want to give to God then? Because the devil's sitting there waiting for you for the cash in. So you rather give your time to God or you rather give your time to the devil when you pass into the next life? Of course you want to be God, right? So why can't you do it here? Oh, you got other things getting in the way, right? You'd rather be out partying, drinking, and doing all that stuff and living the life of the world, you know. That's what you'd rather be doing till your time comes and you die. Guy walked across the street smiling about what I just said. He's smiling because at the end of the day, he figures it's all a joke. It's not a joke when you're sitting up there and you're being rushed to the ambulance and you basically got all these machines hooked up to you. What's the first thing popping up in your mind? You don't want to die, right? There you go. Other part is, you don't know where you're going. Well, we're already in the park. Let's check our meter and see where we're at. That's the reason why I come here and talk about this. It's not to put a downer in your day. It's to basically find and seek God. As it says on our YouTube channel, find and seek God. Find him. Seek him. But I'll tell you one thing. The devil is seeking you right now. How many demons do you think we got in this park right now while I'm having this conversation? You'd be surprised. How many angels do you think we got in this park right now we're having this conversation? I got angels around me every day. And I got demons out here that you can't see that are watching you every single day. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's the place right there. I got to contact them back. Okay, cool. That's right there. Get that settled and done. Let me see. Check my meter. Meter, pocket meter. Can't wait for the whatchamacallit, the fall season to kick in. Oh man, I never had pumpkin spice latte. I can't have coffee, but I think I will try this one time. Hopefully, we do not become addicted to the coffee. Because everybody I see drinking the pumpkin spice latte, like they be changed into a whole different person. They be drinking the coffee all the time. And they be like, oh, shit, it's not gonna happen to me. I'll walk out with Argyle sweaters and all that stuff, man. I mean, I don't mind. I like Argyle sweaters, by the way, but still, I wonder how it's going to change me. I just want to try it. All right, not bad. Our start for the day is 9,654. Ain't bad at all. All right, people. Hope you basically enjoyed our conversation, our talk, and our walk. And, as I said before, well, I didn't say it before, but I'm going to say it, I'll say it now. Find and seek God. Because you trust me, tell me, you do not want to get caught out in this world. You hear that fire and the ambulance going by right now? You're not promised tomorrow, remember that. I hope there's people where that's going to, they're okay. But remember, you're not promised tomorrow.